All right, so I think I figured out where the AC leak's coming from. Just had to remove the manifold, and yeah, it's the compressor. So obviously I didn't need to remove the manifold to find that out, but I'm going through and I'm Cerakoting everything and powder coating and stuff and cleaning up the engine bay. I just decided to do it now while I have it already on the quick jacks and stuff, and it needs stuff anyway, so I might as well do it all at once. So I took all the intercooler stuff out, took the manifold off, and I'm gonna take the downpipe off because I'm switching from that one-piece design to a two-piece design, just in case I ever have to do like the oil pan gasket or something. This one's just a pain to remove, and this is a MA Performance one, so it'll probably be worth a good bit. And over here I took the intercooler piping out, and I also removed the battery in the tray because I'm gonna relocate it to the trunk to kind of clean up this area. And yeah, I just kind of degreased a little bit and basically getting it ready for when the clean stuff comes in. I'm gonna powder coat another valve cover I have, not this one. You can see here's all the things I'm getting ready for Cerakote, not the blow off valve, that's for sale. But all this is gonna be Cerakoted. This is the mount for the Evo 10 battery block that mounts on the engine bay. And then my upper intercooler pipe and a new open dump down pipe that bolts on right there to make it much easier to service. So I got this valve cover on eBay. I might use it depending on how good of a job mine comes out. I have an Evo 8 one right here. This doesn't work on the 9, and this is just a B series one I was testing on, and I think this is the color I'm gonna go with on the Evo 9. I gotta blast the valve cover that I have for it, and then I can probably coat it today maybe. But yeah, I really like this color. It's like a bronze, and then I cleared over top of it, and I think it looks pretty good. But if it ends up not coming out too good, I have this one to fall back on, which is just white. I don't know how white will look with the gray, so when I get the red valve cover off, I'll throw this one on, see how it looks. Maybe I'll end up going with this, who knows. But right now I got the manifold in my sandblaster, and you can't really see inside. It sucks, I hate this thing, but it works, so I gotta use it, gotta get this stuff done. So I'm gonna blast that manifold, and that should be the last thing I need to do for now, and then I can coat all the parts that I have over there. All right guys, got the valve cover in here baking. Let me give you a little sneak peek. It might be the best powder coat job I've ever done. Crossing my fingers, see how it comes out. And here's a little update on the hot parts and cold side, because I did them all the same color. So here's the manifold, came out really nice, I'm happy with that. Here's the DI-Fab battery thing for the Evo 10. That came out nice, intercooler piping came out nice, and O2 housing came out nice. Oh, and the radiator. Forgot I even did this. Did the top of the radiator too. That came out pretty clean. I'm excited to see how all this goes into the bay. Still need to order up a catch can and stuff, but the majority of stuff's coming through. I took the turbo off, as you can see, to put that O2 housing on just to make it easier. But yeah, it's coming along. You can now put a bolt right in there to keep that shut like it's supposed to be. Making progress. All right, it's back in the oven for the gloss coat or clear coat. So hopefully when that heats up and melts and everything, it looks pretty good. I practiced on these two, and this one came out pretty good. This one came out okay as well. This one was rough underneath, so I don't know. We'll see. I might have applied too much, but it's okay. It'll be okay no matter what. It's been a little bit. This Cerakote's all cured, so what I'm going to do is get this turbo ready to install. This is what I was able to get done today. So I got the turbo all mounted, put new coolant lines on right there. You can see the manifold came out really good. I'm very excited about how that came out. The O2 housing, you really don't see it, especially with darkness right there, but maybe in the sun outside you'll see it more. But either way, it's Cerakoted down there. And here is the battery relocation bracket, which is Cerakoted. You really don't see that either, but it just kind of like blends in, looks pretty good. So I also kind of just like sprayed degreaser everywhere and cleaned it up a little bit. It's still pretty dirty, but it's better than it was before. And still have the old valve cover on here. I'm debating on which one I'm going with. Either the bronze one, this is how it came out. Pretty nice. It has like a texture in there, but I don't know, it looks pretty good. But I think the white might suit the engine bay better. Just with the black Cerakote stuff I have, the white will really pop off of that, and it'll, I don't know, I just think the white will pop a lot better. So I think I'm gonna go with the white. I need to get these fittings, I think these are like a -12. Need to get these down to -10 because I don't need these that big. I'm running stock turbo still, so it's not gonna have too much crankcase pressure. I might shave off the Myvec turbo right there, make that like how I did here, silver and the magnesium, but I don't know, maybe not. But once I take the valve cover off, I'll put them both on there and see which one looks better. But I'm excited with how it's coming. Got a different intake coming in that I'm gonna Cerakote and then put on, and I'm gonna throw the radiator and stuff in later on once I make sure I have the room to work on anything else that I might need to right now. So for the battery relocation kit, I ran the positive around here through the fender, and it's all tucked up in there following the factory wiring, and it goes into the car right about here through a grommet, and then it runs along here all the way back to the trunk, and there's where it pops out in the trunk. So I still have slack because I need to decide where I'm gonna put the battery box. Probably mount it right over here and have this run behind there and come up to the power right there. That's most likely what's gonna happen. But I need to go order a battery box now and see which one fits back here. There's the pile of old parts that's gonna be for sale. But it is coming along nice. Not too much more to do really. The main thing is put all the intercooler stuff on and intake, radiator back in, which all will not take too long. I'm just waiting on more parts. What am I waiting on? I'm just waiting on that intake to come in to coat that. For the intercooler stuff, I'm waiting on something for that. I can't remember what. I actually don't think I'm waiting on anything for the intercooler stuff, so I can put that on. I think why I wanted to wait was when the intake came in and I'm Cerakoting that. I'm gonna do the intercooler at the same time, like the end tanks in the upper part, just to make that black. I don't know, it'll look pretty cool. It doesn't really matter. Oh, I'm waiting on the lower intercooler pipe. So I'm supposed to meet somebody tomorrow for a lower intercooler pipe. It's a one-piece one, because I just want to have a nice one-piece pipe, not too many couplers, and it's a short route one, I think. So I'm trying to clear the front bumper as best as I can, so I have to shave minimal stuff off the front bumper, because after I finish all the engine bay and stuff, then I'm gonna get the front bumper to fit good and paint that. I'm also waiting on timing belt components because I want to do that, and it has a leak from probably the front main seal, so I'm gonna do all those seals while I'm in there, cam gear seals, balance shaft, oil pump, I think, just like all the seals down there because I hate oil leaks, so I want to fix that. That's really the only oil leak it has. I also got a OEM oil cooler with 1,000 miles on it to replace this one, because this one's definitely seen better days, and yeah, it's just looking real rough. So I'm excited for that. I also need to get an AC compressor so I can actually have AC and not have it all leaked out. You can see down there, that is the actual, I guess, AC compressor oil and dye that is leaking out from the compressor, which is great, but we'll fix it. Let me show you guys what progress I've been making. So I ended up removing the baffles from this because I did not trust that they were removed before powder coating, and I'll put some pictures on the screen, but yeah, they definitely were. Still had a bunch of blasting media in it. So I removed the baffles and reinstalled them, cleaned it all up. I decided I'm going with the white one because I think it will go really good with the all black stuff. And I gotta clean that off of it. I also coated my intake tube. I'm waiting on a filter to come in to clear the ACD pump, but once that comes in, I'll throw this in, see how it looks. And over here, I ended up coating the end tanks of the intercooler, and I got some overspray on the middle right there, but that'll come off with just driving and rocks hitting it or something, so it's fine. But pretty happy with how that came out. What I'm gonna do now is actually mount the intercooler, and then we'll see what it looks like in the engine bay. So the intercooler is all mounted. It looks pretty good. Scratched it up a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it. So now I'm gonna mock up the cold side of the intercooler pipe, get that all mounted in there, see how it's looking. That way tomorrow we can just work on the hot side one when I get that, and that'll be basically the whole intercooler system. Turbo system, I'm just waiting on the filter to come in, and then I can put the intake on, and then that's basically it for the turbo. And the downpipe I'll have tomorrow, so I can put that on. And yeah, that's basically everything for the turbo. Then it's just like put the radiator fan in, put coolant in it, radiator hoses, and basically start it, swap out the valve cover, and add the catch can. All right, so the upper intercooler pipe is all in. Notable things is I gotta order some more vacuum line, because now I gotta run it like kind of back behind there where the slave is, come around here, because the intercooler piping's in the way. Other than that, I'm waiting to hook up the blow-off valve to right here until I run the catch can hoses, because I'll probably integrate that into the same routing to try to clean it up. But imagine it with a white valve cover, not this color, and I think it'll really look a whole lot better. I don't really like the OEM red on these valve covers, so yeah, imagine white and a coil pack cover, because I like the coil pack cover on it. But yeah, I think that's really gonna look a whole lot better, because then it like pops over the black rather than this red that's all old and dingy. But I guess that's where I'm gonna leave it for tonight. Tomorrow morning I'll probably take the coil pack cover off and mess with that, and then go get the parts that I need to hopefully complete most of this tomorrow. All right guys, so I got the bronze valve cover on. Still not sure if I'm going with this one. I'm pretty sure I'm set on white, but this one doesn't look too bad. I thought the blue was gonna contrast it weird, but it actually doesn't. That looks pretty good. And I'm just gonna have the intake here and the upper intercooler pipe, and then engine bay is basically complete. Oh, and the catch can. But yeah, this one looks better than I thought it was going to. I don't know, still debating. Let's try the white one out. And here is the white. Let me block some of that sun. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the white. I really like the look of that. I'm just gonna sit back and view it and decide which one. Man, the contrast is crazy when the sun's like that. It's not that bright in person. Phone makes it look brighter. But yeah, I really like that. I think I'm gonna go with that. All right, now that I have basically everything in place besides the intake, I'm gonna put the catch can in here somewhere and figure out how I'm gonna route the lines. Whether I go with this valve cover or the other one, they're both gonna have -10s right here and here, so it doesn't matter which one I go with. The catch can will bolt up to both. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, figure out where I'm gonna place it and start routing the lines and making them, and yeah, have that done. All right, so here's a little update with the car. Still waiting on parts, but the bumpers, or I should say bumper, with the lip and the vortex generator, first coat of primer right now. I sanded them all down. I did a little light coat, but that turbo can of primer, those things spray quick. So yeah, careful with those, but got a little light coat. Gonna wait a few minutes, then do another coat, and probably 3 coats. And these will be primed and ready for sanding another day. And then Saturday morning, I'll spray the base coat and clear coat. So I finally got the AC machine hooked up to it. Yesterday, I ended up replacing the compressor with a used one I bought. And it's still holding the same amount of vacuum, so hopefully that means no leaks. I'm excited, we'll have AC. But as you can see, I kind of have the engine bay a little bit more buttoned up. The intake's not in there, but the valve cover is on and torque down, and coil pack cover. This is back on. I had this off because I did the timing belt, just to make sure that was up to date. Here's the old one. It's a blue Gates one. I don't know how old it is, but I'm gonna say at least 10 years old based on what the previous owner told me. It wasn't too bad, but got a OEM Evo 9 one in there, so that is good to go. So today I plan on getting it buttoned up the rest of the way. I also got the downpipe on there all the way. You can see right there, downpipe's fully on. And back there, I put a high flow cat in because for emissions and state inspection and stuff, so I won't have to swap it out every time. And on stock turbo, the difference between test pipe and high flow cat will probably be like 5 horsepower or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it'll be too big of a difference, so that's why I just am going straight with the high flow cat and just leaving it, not gonna do a swap out, making the car legal. I also got the catch can all plumbed. I know you're not supposed to have it going down like that because it can collect vapors right here, but it's a dash 10 and this is a dash 10, so it's stock turbo. It's not gonna have too much crankcase pressure, so I don't think that's gonna be too big of an issue. And the catch can ended up fitting right there, mounting it to the brake booster, and it's kind of out of the way. I'm gonna zip tie this line kind of like that over the wiring harness, and that'll be good to go. Another thing I still need to do is boost leak check it, just to make sure it has no boost leaks, so when I drop it off to get tuned, there's not a question of if it has a boost leak or something like that. And now that my compressor is holding a good vacuum and everything, it looks like I can take that out and put the radiator back in. Ooh, and I'm gonna have to go get some coolant to put in this. So that's all pretty good progress, but let's take a look at something really exciting. I finished painting the bumper, and yeah, it just speaks for itself. So here's the lip, and it looks pretty good. I did a pretty good job of painting it for, I've hardly painted anything, so I'm very excited with how it came out. Let me pull this out of the booth. You can see I got a little Amazon tent just to try to keep dust and stuff out of it. And I don't know if it really did anything because the lip doesn't really have anything on it, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure the bumper was gonna come up good. But yeah, I'll pull it out right now and I'll show you. Here is the bumper. It came out pretty good in my opinion. I am so excited. I just put the front lip on so I can see it together. That looks pretty good. Not bad for a Harbor Freight paint gun. Putting that bumper on is now my motivation for getting this thing together today. So I'm gonna get to work and hopefully get this thing finished within the next couple hours. All right, guys, it's all back together. Let's do a first start. Turn that heat up so the coolant can circulate. Add a little more coolant maybe. Running pretty good. Alright, got it up at the house, about to wash my Evo 10, and I figured I should wash this one as well before I throw the bumper on, because back here, you can't really see it outside, but it's just got powder coat all over it from when I was powder coating stuff. So give it a little bath, clean that one up, and then go back down there, put the bumper on, and yeah, take it for a drive down the road. But driving it up here, everything was fine. I even charged the AC and that was working good. But the AC or the power steering is making noise. And I opened up the fluid. It's not aerated anymore, but it had a lot of bubbles when I first opened it. So we'll have to look into that, see why it's making noise. I just replaced the pump, so I don't know, but we'll get to the bottom of it. We are all put back together. Front bumper is on there, and it's looking pretty good. Man, I am excited. So the rest of the car definitely needs a cut and buff or polish, but the front bumper is looking good. You can see it's a little darker. The paint match isn't the best, of course, but you know, I can't complain. I'm gonna take it out in the sun and see how good of a match it is out there. Got the front wheels on. I lowered the coilovers. It's got about maybe a little more than a finger gap. That's right where I want it. Maybe get some 20mm spacers, have the wheels sitting flush. It'll look pretty good. Same thing in the rear, about a finger gap. Yeah, about 20mm spacers should do it. The paint all around it is pretty decent. Wing still needs to be done. I'm gonna put the vortex generator on after I get this piece, and I'm gonna get a new one for that side, so they'll be new. And then I'll take that one off and put the vortex generator on and put them both on. You can see it sitting right there, looking fantastic. All right, so the engine bay is almost complete. I say almost because with an Evo, it's never complete, but I even added my Hot Boy carbon fiber radiator shroud right here. This engine bay deserves it. It's pretty clean now. It deserves a little bit of carbon. I'm not sure how I like the Cerakoted piping right here. Might end up powder coating that in the future. I might do something about the intake manifold too, but for now this is good. And yeah, it's ready for a tune basically. Just need to boost leak test it, make sure there's no leaks, and yeah, it's basically ready for a tune. I think before my tuner's available, I'm gonna do a paint correction on the whole car. Try to get this fender to fit a little better. This fender has some weird gaps right there. And do a paint correction, and then I can put that vortex generator on and get these things and have the exterior looking pretty good. But that'll be for another video. And the brakes will also be for another video, doing those probably in white. I'm crossing my fingers that this compressor holds the charge, and that was the leak, because I don't know where else this thing would be leaking from, and I just want my AC to work and work throughout the season. I'm definitely excited with how this engine bay came out. It already has me looking for other cars on Marketplace for which one I'm going to do next, but keep talking myself out of them. Stick with what I have for now. I still have to finish this contraption over here. That's for another video as well. And also for the next video, let me know if you like these wheels more, just the Evo 10 ones, or if you guys might like these more, some working motions. What are they? ZR10s. I had these on my 10 and I took them off, and yeah, I might throw them on there. Still debating, just because if this wasn't gray, if this was something lighter, it'd probably look really good, but I don't know how the gray on gray would look. But I do like the polished barrel, so let me know what you guys think. All right guys, I think I'm calling it quits for this episode. It's gone on long enough. We got some good work done, really got the whole engine bay looking fresh, and that's what I wanted out of the car. So now on the next episode, it's time to make the exterior match the engine bay. Gonna be putting that vortex generator on, and got some new trims and stuff. Gonna do a paint correction. Gonna make the car look pretty good. Then it's basically good to go. Get it tuned, start driving it. But thank you all for watching. See you in the next one.